Hi there. This is Devin Mullen of the 8th NoteSessions, and just providing a little bit of a disclaimer for tonight's episode. We are going to be discussing things of relating to sex. It's part of the content of our guest's latest work, and we offer this as a courtesy in case you have any younger viewers in the room. You might want to consider this more of an adult episode. Nothing too gratuitous, but again, just a courtesy. That said, it's a great episode, and hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Hello, and welcome to the 8th Note Sessions. I'm Mike Shamil.
I'm Devin Mullen.
And I'm Michael Farrow.
And today our guest is Alexis Mills. Alexis, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm doing fantastic. We are very excited for today's interview, and I'm going to actually toss things off to Mike for a moment, because his opening question just, knocks mine out of the park. Mike, take it away.
Where you been? Oh my goodness. You just appeared out of nowhere with all these digital drops like Beyonce. Hello, how are you?
Hi. Boo. The Corona, everything shut down. My drag career shut down. So I use music to entertain myself now, and I always have been into music. I've released an EP before, but it was more alternative type music, and this is the first time I'm diving into rap. So
excellent.
So for a little bit of background information for the viewers at home, Alexis used to, before the Great Plague, used to host drag nights at one of our favorite venues, the Gypsy Parlor. But in you said in the meantime, you're sort of stepping away from that sort of avenue of performance. How come?
I'm stepping away because of the stress of drag. A lot of people only see the beautiful parts of drag and the performing and stuff, but it takes a mental toll because a lot of the girls out here, like the drag queens, are delusional. They're kind of delusional, and I've always been cast as a villain in plays and stuff, but people like to cast me as the villain in their drag world, and just the stress of having to come up with new outfits for every weekend, working from Friday to Sunday. It's just too much, and too much pressure, and not enough love.
That's just an incredible amount of preparation.
Yeah, especially running the shows. It takes a lot of work. But before Corona, I told myself I needed to take a break. I'm going to take a break. And I knew damn well I wasn't going to take a break. And then Corona came, and then I was like, oh, it's time for that break. And I've enjoyed the break too much.
Well, it sounds like you've really turned that break into something really constructive and really positive. Tell us about your album.
Okay, so I have been working in secret, like Pharaoh said. I've been working in secret on an album, and the album is called Alexis. And this album, it comes out New Year's Day. It's basically reintroducing myself as a rapper, as a transgender woman, artist, and just, it's fun. It's a lot of fun just making the songs and creating a story with the album.
Speaking of story, so what is the story? What is your album about? I know, but I'm just asking anyway. But what is your album about?
So the album is basically the song you're on is basically the goodbye to Joan. There's a goodbye to my drag character, and it's a hello to all the things that make me me. And it just getting personal, just trying to be personal with whoever listens to it, so they can get a little taste of me.
Imagine that was cathartic, sort of having a send off to, basically a persona. A very true expression of yourself.
I'm tired of living as Joan and this persona who is supposed to be always happy and woo crazy. That's just me on stage.
So now this is kind of an opportunity to show people, the more complexities of your feelings and who you are. That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
So something that we had talked about, now for the viewers at home, there are currently 2 tracks out.
Yes, there are.
That I found. So Mama and Slut.
Yes.
We said it. The seal is broken. Let it be known.
Slut.
There will be the discussion of somewhat risky topics of conversation in this particular interview, and that's okay.
We will acknowledge the existence of sex in this interview.
Heaven forfend.
So
I apologize.
If the children's are watching, you skip this one.
Yeah, or put your earbuds in. Let them watch some cartoons or something.
Yeah.
So back to Slut.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because one of the really big hits of this year, of course, is WAP, and we're seeing, just this really sort of female empowerment via direct discussions on sexuality, sort of flipping the script a little bit on the conventional tropes of it. That said, despite the mainstream success of it, most of our viewership, they're going to be, like white suburban folks. What's like a good thing to keep in mind, approaching a track that maybe upsets traditional sensibilities about topics of sex and just being open and fun and energized and unflinching with it?
Yeah, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to upset people. I'm here to start a conversation. People nowadays, they don't like to talk about things, and they just, put it in the closet and leave it there. Well, I'm sick of the closet. I've been sick of the closet for quite some time. But I just want to start a conversation about being a woman and how sex is okay. It's okay to like sex. It's okay to want to have sex. Consensual sex. I'm like, consensual sex. It's okay. And it's nothing to be afraid of. I believe you gain so much more talking about sex, especially with the youth of today. And like when parents have the talk, they usually say, when a man meets a woman. But you have to acknowledge, like, if your child is gay, there are a lot of things out there, such as AIDS and HIV, that they need to be warned about. And sex should always be an open discussion because it happens,
You're absolutely right. I wish that more people got a more clear picture of it in their youth. The story I was told from my family was, when a man and woman love each other very much, a magical door opens and a baby comes out. And I shit you not, that was the sex talk in my family. I had to learn everything from everyone else. And
oh my
boy,
God.
like as a teenager, it's like magical door. What is this bullshit? How am I supposed to learn anything with that?
It's like, I can't wait to buffer.
Do I knock?
Oh my God. Yeah. My talk that I had was a talk that I did not need to know because I was like, okay. But luckily, I'm one of the ones who researched myself. And some people just can't research themselves. And there needs to be resources for people like that. And there are resources.
So the song "Slut," let's go back to it. So what's it about? Like, what are people going to be introduced to? What is being said? Like, what's happening in this song?
A whole lot of nastiness. It's a very nasty song. The song came from one of my friends being called a slut at a party, and she expressed to me that she's like afraid to even like be sexual or anything, and that's how it is for a lot of women. They're not allowed to be sexual, but they can be sexualized, but they can't be sexual. And I say forget that. And you know, I find certain things, what I like, I like. I'm not going to exactly say the words in the song, but
no, you don't need to blah, 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 but
yeah. But what someone likes is what they like. And I'm pretty sure if someone relates to the song, they're going to catch themselves like, oh yeah, I agree.
I mean, to my own point, the specifics of it aren't in my particular umbrella, but I was taken by the energy. I found myself bopping along to it. I appreciate it. You know, it's a rare feat to be able to personally express oneself in that particular avenue and have it be very inclusive and inviting, and again, just fun, not serious, not.
Yeah, it's just a fun song with a deeper message, you know.
Now, is there any other difficulty though in sort of staking out that message and trying to change people's awareness or conscience about it, being a transgendered woman of color in particular?
Yeah, because I, as a transgender woman of color, I am fetishized all the time. And I'm fetishized all the time. And for me to come out here with a song saying that I, in fact, do like sex, I've gotten a lot of messages from random people, just like inappropriate messages, you know.
Thirsty boys.
Yeah, exactly. So just being fetishized as a transgender Black woman, it is another reason why I did put it out, is because we're allowed to be sexualized, but we are not allowed to be sexual as transgender women, or else that's like putting a target on ourselves.
There's a societal purity test.
Yeah.
Standard. Yeah.
So looking at like hip hop being a bit masculine and toxic in a way, how do you feel like you fit into the greater story of hip hop? Like, who are your influences? How you get to where you are? Like, what influenced your artistic stance? Like,
my biggest influence, not sure if you could tell with the song Mama, but is Megan Thee Stallion. For the simple fact of what she stands for. And she is like a take no BS woman. And like, she's always talking about how she runs stuff. Because I connect with that. It's just, she is doing something great in hip hop, and she's opening up avenues for LGBTQ artists, because she was also on a show called Legendary, which is about voguing and stuff, and that comes from Black and Latino LGBTQ kids in New York City. And to see a star as big as that accept that culture, and she still puts it in her videos. A lot of her lyrics, she talks about the LGBTQ community. It's just great to have that. But there is the other side of hip hop that is toxic, to say the least. Because a lot of people in hip hop are of African American descent, and being African American, a lot of people can attest to this. There is there are rules, like a man is supposed to be this way and a woman is supposed to be this way. And also just toxic masculinity, which leads to transgender women being murdered because people aren't given the tools to deal with who they are and don't know. Well, they know what they like, but they just can't come to terms with what they like.
So when we were talking a little bit about the subject matter that you touch upon in the album, in our pre-interview conversation, you said that at times it goes to a dark place in terms of content, dealing with stories of sexual violence, or things in that avenue. How do you begin to present and create on those things when they are so personally effective, and when it's not something that you really have the luxury of like stepping away from?
Right. Here's the thing. When I go into writing a song, I don't go into the song thinking about those topics. But as I'm writing, I write how I feel at that moment. And sometimes those topics just popped into my head and I wrote them into the song. So there's no like songs just about that one topic. They are mentioned throughout the album. And it might take like a few listens to like hear what I'm saying. But I think that's how I do it. I put it into something else that's a completely different topic. And then I hit you with that. And then it's like, now we're back to the song. And then it just gets people thinking. And then those usually end up being like people's favorite lines within the song.
Smart. Very smart. I like that idea. No, that's beautiful. So what's the overall vision of you, this artist, this project? Is this where we're doing an interview and we're like, oh, we knew her when, because she gonna be like ruling the world? What's the scope of this project? Is this local? Is this gonna be like international?
I hope it goes international.
Who I hope, all one can do is hope. I just yesterday, my songs were released on Spotify and Apple Music and all that stuff. And that's a huge accomplishment for me because my other music, I'm like, oh, I never got this like released into something bigger. But now it feels like it could be something bigger. But really, the album is just for me. The album is my name. It's just for me to put out there. And whoever wants to listen can listen. Whoever doesn't, oh, well, that it's not hurting me, So who knows where this will go? Hopefully somewhere great. Hopefully.
Are you planning on doing some sort of live stream with this, or have some sort of large virtual release event?
Yes, I am. I'm actually working on the music video for Mama. And that is going to be, we're going to do a release party live on YouTube and we're going to be dropping Mama on New Year's Day along with the whole album. So that's exciting.
It's absolutely exciting. We're happy to hear that.
Yeah. I've also been working with a lot of local artists and just like creating content for the album. Like someone who does nails is going to be doing a set of nails for me based on the songs Mama and Slut on like each hand. And then she's going to like make things that like people can buy the nails and wear them themselves. So just stuff like that. Yeah. It's just a lot of fun. It's all about creating and reaching out there and meeting new people.
That's a really clever approach. It's always really smart to collaborate with other musicians. It's even smarter to collaborate not just with other musicians, but other people who are making something, in the community. That's brilliant. I've never thought of anything like that.
Right. people just want something different, you know? So, and I'm very different. So I'm just trying to see what I haven't done before or what hasn't been done before.
So last thing I wanted to ask you, Alexis, and thanks again so much for joining us and sharing your time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, is figuring out your own truth. It can be something that you have to engage with on your own terms because it's not guaranteed that you're going to have the necessary support systems or access to resources or anything like that, and it can feel like you're going on it alone. What words of encouragement would you have for youngsters who maybe are questioning in their own way or sort of engaging in that solitary journey?
I'd honestly say, first of all, everyone has their own truths. And that's something that I had to come to terms with, is everyone sees something from their own point of view. And that is something that no one can take away, is your truth, because it's your truth. So figuring out yourself by yourself can be hard, but everyone has had the thoughts you've had, or someone is going to have them, or everyone has felt what you have felt, so you're not alone. So I encourage you to find people that you can trust. If you can't go to your immediate family, create a family of your own, because sometimes water is thicker than blood. And that's just the way it is. And I'm sorry if you don't have immediate family to support you, but I am here. I'm always here. There are people in the community who would love to talk to you and get to know you and help you get to know yourself.
Beautiful.
That's an important message, and we're happy to have you share that. And we're really excited to get the first exclusive interview as you debut your music career.
God. I know. I'm excited. This is like very exciting. I'm super excited for the album coming out on New Year's Day on all streaming platforms. It's going to be fun.
Well, we look forward to it. Thank you so much for coming on, Alexis. Thank you all for watching. This has been the 8th Note Sessions. Again, I'm Mike Shamil.
I'm Devin Mullen.
And I'm Michael Farrow.
And our guest today was Alexis Mills. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Here's an excerpt of the song Senorita by Alexis Mills, featuring Joan Grace. You can find her music on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube.
He called me senorita in the middle of the spring. Boy, had my heart pumping, yeah, he made me wanna sing. He hopped on the bed, so I hopped on the beat. Mi casa es su casa, so baby, come play with me.
Yeah, I know you want it. You be grooving all up on it when the beat goes through your spirit. Yeah, I know you wanna feel it. Oh, yeah, I know you want it. You be grooving all up on it when the beat goes through your spirit. Yeah, I know you wanna feel it.
The 8th Note Sessions are produced by Music is Art. Help keep programs like this going by donating today at musicasart.org. Thank you for listening.